Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now we're going to get our popcorn and then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car and I'll be in there in a minute. I see you soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I'll have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day.
We won't stop.
We'll
We
be
will
as bright
not
as the
stop.
sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so right, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now
See this?
know.
How you cannot go
Baby,
here?
baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled to
who are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, how is everybody doing? Thank you guys for showing up. And everything is going on. Man, you guys, I'm trying to see here. I've got the first 3 people in the chat already. Let me see if they still in the building because that's what we go on. I just want you guys to know. We got Lisa Taylor, Lisa Calhoun, and Sanja Watts. Let me look in the comment section. Is Lisa Taylor, Lisa Calhoun, and Sanja Watts in the building? Please put a 1 in the chat if all 3 is here. And I have put them on there. You guys know that I normally come on. I actually come on a little earlier than I normally come on, especially with everything's going on. Right here, I see Sanja in the building, Lisa Taylor, Lisa Calhoun, and Sanja Watts in the building. Tina Power's going to put a 1 in the chat. Tina, you was number 4. Let me think. Let me see here. I think you number 4, sweetheart. She's like, oh, doggone it. Yeah, Lisa Taylor, Lisa Calhoun, and Sanja Watts. And then Tina. Tina would have got it if one of them wouldn't have responded, but they all responded. I see Sanja Watts right here. She's got a 1. Lisa Taylor, she's got a 1. And Lisa Calhoun got a 1. Someone told me last time when we was doing this, people would come in the chat, be first in the chat and then leave. And we'd be like, done gave them a ticket. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. We know we family over here, but you want to get those free tickets because we've got $550 worth of giveaways. There's $100, there's $250, and then there's one 100, two, three $50 tickets, and then the rest of them is $25 or $20 tickets, you guys. So, and I think we got some $5 tickets too. So anyway, what are the numbers one about? They are Miss Miller. We have a giveaway every year. We've been doing it for maybe 3 years now in July. It's called our Christmas giveaway, and it's a lot of money. We have been saving this money, and I think it's the end of July is when we have our Christmas in July, and you get a ticket with your name on it. And if you're one of the 3 first people that come in the chat, then you get a free ticket. And when we come live, sometimes I'll post letting everybody know this is about time we're going to come on. Sometimes we just come on in. Sometimes we come a little late. But all through June to July, you can get these free tickets. And when you get this ticket, you get a chance to, and the only thing we do, we pull a ticket out this bucket and we go live. You will see me, you will see the bucket, and you will see the tickets in the bucket. So right now we've got some people that we don't do Cash App anymore as far as for you. If you wanted to buy tickets, the tickets are $5 a ticket. If you want to buy tickets, you have to send it to the P.O. box. We're not doing it. I'm only going to cash out at you when you win. So if you win the $100, $50, $20, $25, it's a whole bunch of money being given away on the last day of July. Then guess what? You just send me your Cash App and boom, you got it. You ain't got to wait. You ain't got to wait for snail mail. The only person that waits for snail mail is Tina Powers. She don't like Cash App, so we just send it to her, and I tell her, if you don't get it, it's on you. I sent it, and that settles that. Okay? And Tina Powers will tell you, she has always gotten her money. So when somebody called me and say, I didn't get it, and I sent it for you to sign for it, and you let somebody else sign for it, that is not my problem who you letting sign for your mail. Because I said, I will send it Cash App. And unless you tell me you want a snail mail, guess what? You'll get a snail mail. But I guarantee you, sometimes I send it where you sign for it, and sometimes you just get it. But if you don't get it, don't even say nothing to me. Because I would know if you got it Cash App, because it would automatically, I can't send it to somebody else. I've done send it to somebody else one time. That person sent it back to me, and they was like, hey, I told them, I said, hey, I sent you this money. It's the wrong person. And they were family members. So, they was like, okay, SP, I'll send it back to you. And they sent it back to me, and I sent it to the right person. Because what they had did was send me a request at the same time I was sending it to a person. And I didn't have my glasses on, and so far I sent it to the wrong person. That's it. But other than that, we have not really had problems with Cash App. So that's how I would send it. But if you don't want to do it Cash App, you got to let me know in advance, and you won't get a Cash App. But everybody that has a Cash App, they will tell you that they get their money. It might take me a day or two, because after we do the thing, I'll be so exhausted. I'll be like, the next day, I'll be like sending everybody their money. Hey, Monique, how you doing? So that's how you win. And, hey, we like to just not stay on here long. So we are talking about today, where could Naziah be at? Okay. So the reason why we came up with that topic is because we like to stay on the topics that it's not getting a lot of coverage when it comes to the news, and we hold dear to our heart Naziah Harris. We just don't know what happened to this baby. We don't know if they left her in Ypsilanti or brought her back into the city. We don't know. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that, because I was talking to Zan this evening, and she was like, well, what do you feel? And I told her, I said, I don't really know, because there's so many twists and turns in this case. It kind of just makes you wonder. Some people are telling the truth, and people get mad at you because you don't know them. You don't know them. You may spoke to them once, or you heard their testimony, or they got on there in the preliminary. We heard everybody's testimony, but then you have to think there's a lot that was not asked, and that's because it's a preliminary. Everything is not going to be put out in the preliminary, but there's a lot of things that we really still don't know. Miss Miller says, I've been saying this since I heard about this case. I feel like they have her hidden somewhere and they trying to get her out of sight. Well, Miss Miller, there's always a possibility. I'm kind of straddled on that fence, because the first thing is the evidence that they have given us about the onesie and the shoes, and that wasn't the shoes she was wearing when we seen her. They were looking for blue and white, and all of a sudden here's these red, black, and white shoes, and it wasn't the shoes she was wearing when we seen her in the video walking up the street on Bedford. She wasn't wearing red, black, and white. So, but I believe that it could be her shoes. It don't have to be her shoes, but it could be. They didn't do a DNA, so we don't know if they her shoes or not. But I believe that all of that stuff could have been in her backpack. So I'm not denying that those are her shoes. It just don't look like her shoes to me. But anyway, I just don't believe she was wearing those shoes. I believe they were in her backpack. And with Jarvis being at that location, I believe he was scattering that stuff out like she had jumped in the river, or somebody threw her in the river, or just a decoy, trying to make everybody just think she's over there at the river or something of that nature. But I believe if she was at that river or any place around that river, they would have found her by now. She said, please, everyone here, please call me Keisha. Thanks, Keisha. Keisha. Keisha, Keisha. I didn't know if I was going to pronounce your name right. But since that's what you want to be called, I will call you Keisha. Miss Keisha. Anywho, you guys. So we were going over, and Woke to God will probably be in here in any minute now, because I told her we'll come on at 2:30. And, we ended up showing up 15 minutes early. But, so we were going over the testimony of the sister, Jarvis's sister. And we were going over what Jarvis's sister has said, where something happened on Valentine's Day. And we couldn't understand. And I remember Tina Powers asking the question, what happened on Valentine's Day? And we were like, what happened on Valentine's Day? Well, we do know that King was arrested on the 13th. And he said he remembered it very clear. It was the day before Valentine's Day. So they went to the shop and arrested King. So they had King in the interrogation room. And so we're like, okay, King's in the interrogation room, the 13th, 14th. Now, Jarvis had already called King and said, hey, there's a phone in the Suburban. Get the Suburban. Tell her whatever. Tell her you got to do some work or something, or some tune up or something, but get that phone. And they listened to the phone call on maybe, I think it was like February the 12th. They had got a court warrant to pick up the vehicle. Because remember, they didn't get the case until ending January, mid-February. They don't want to say it, but it was way more than 30 days. The 30 days was up. You know what? It just didn't make sense to the school keeping the case like they were the police. I mean, they are police, but they're school police. They don't have the ability to search for people like the police do, the real police. They're police, they're real police. Don't get me wrong. I'm not downing what, but I'm just saying they're school police. Their job is really to protect people at the school and make sure there's no fights, no guns coming in, make sure, everybody's safe at school. If a kid, they done already said the kid got off the bus. So they really was making sure that their bus was covered. As long as the kid wasn't on the bus, the kid got off the bus. And guess what? We know the child got off the bus. That's what we do know. I believe that the school did the best that they can do, but they did not have the equipment or the technology or the power to really look for Naziah. Hey, Sugar Mama, how you doing? Yeah, you got to be about your business. And so, even though they didn't give the case to the Detroit Police Department until early February, that's when they decided to listen to the phone calls of everybody that Jarvis talked to. Now, Jarvis called Nay called the girlfriend, Nay called the cousin, Nay called the fiance. So Nay act like she didn't know about all these women when we talked to Nay. Nay already knew about these women because Nay was making these phone calls to these other women. Sitting there on the phone. Hey, Sugar Mama, I got you in there. She said, I want a super chat. All right, girlfriend, I got you. Here's your super chat.
Golden Nuggets.
SP News Nuggets. And you guys, we're going to have a lovely time. And if we don't, oh well. Here we go.
I'm known to throw shade.
Naziah Robinson died as the result of a spinal injury.
Well, they told us it was alcohol poison.
Go and terrorize black and brown communities.
Tell me the truth. I don't need to get mad. I won't get mad.
Are you sure you ain't gonna get mad?
I'm not gonna get mad. Just tell me if you slept with her yesterday. I won't
Are
get
you
mad.
sure you ain't gonna get
I
mad?
won't get mad.
Alright, well, I slept with her.
Come on.
Oh, wow. That is funny. Thank you, Sugar Mama, for the super chat. We appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She likes that twerking chicken. Hey, Aries, how you doing? How you doing? Aries is in the building. Hey, Zena, what's going on? I see you in the house. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Zena's in there. Sugar Mama. Keisha's in the house. Keisha's in the house. Tina Powers, Lisa Calhoun. All right, you guys. So she said every time SP plays that video, I always die laughing. Oh, yeah, I do too. I do too. That's the only one Sugar Mama loves. She loves that twerking chicken. We could play any one of them, but when she say play that twerking chicken, she loves that twerking chicken. So anyway, let's get back into what we was talking about. We do appreciate everybody that's coming in the building. Make sure you hit the thumbs up as you come in the building. If not, go back out, hit the thumbs up, and make sure you like and share. But yes, Sugar Mama is in the building. So anyway, when they were on the stand, we were talking about what Jarvis's sister had said. And this is why I think that Naziah, and I always thought that she did not make it back from Islani. And the reason behind that is because the sister said that she was there, but she contacted Shannon Jones on around the 26th. Now, King was arrested on the 13th. And then she said something happened on Valentine's Day. I guess that's when everybody got shaken up about this and that. Because until they picked up King, they did not know that Naziah was down there at the shop. Am I right, you guys? I mean, we go over it, but I think we're missing something. Okay, so before then, they did not know that Naziah was at the shop. All they had was Jarvis calling King and said, "Get my phone. Get my phone, man. It's behind the back seat in the Suburban." So King went and King looked for this phone, but could not find it. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Let's do this super chat once again.
Dropping number golden nuggets.
SP News Nuggets. And you guys, we're going to have a lovely time. And if we don't, oh well. Here we go.
I'm known to throw shade.
Naziah Robinson died as the result of a spinal injury.
Well, they told us it was alcohol poison.
Go and terrorize sure you ain't gonna get mad?
I'm not gonna get mad. Just tell me if you slept with her yesterday, I won't
Are
get
you
mad.
sure you ain't gonna get
I
mad?
won't get mad.
Alright, well, I slept with her.
Come on. Come on here.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Sugar Mama, for that. Thank you for the super chat. And that was Sugar Mama. Tajay. Is that Tajay or Taj Monroe? King never looked for that phone. He lied. The police got to it first. I believe he didn't look for the phone. I believe he didn't look for the phone. So, but King said that he looked for the phone. Now, here's the thing, you guys. If you put, let me put Sugar Mama down for another one here real quick. I don't want to never miss somebody. I got you down, Sugar Mama. Thank you once again. You guys, the thing about it is they picked up King on the 13th because King said it was the day before Valentine's Day. And then Jarvis's sister did not contact the police until February the 26th. Now, here's where so that SC is for my girl Tina Powers. Oh, okay. So that one is for Tina? Okay. Okay, so you give it to Tina. Okay. I put it on there. Give to Tina. I got it. I got you, Sugar Mama. I'll give that one to Tina Powers. Okay. Hey, Earth Angel, how you doing? Anywho's Woke to God is in the building. If they picked up King on the 13th, and then they started with these warrants, people houses, getting the cars and stuff. So after that, Jarvis had Nay call some people up, call the fiance up, and called the girl with the car that loaned him the car, his baby mama. And he told them they're going in everybody's stuff and they going to everybody's house and well, he actually said they going in everybody SHIT. And she's like, how they know about me? And she said, they gonna come to my SHIT too? And he was telling her to drive another car. Don't drive that car, you drive your mama's car. So looking at the details of where this onesie and shoe was at and drive another car, and she wasn't wearing any of that when we seen her on the video getting off the bus and walking down the street. We believe that that stuff was in her backpack. So the distraction comes with him throwing everything at 7 Mile and Bird. I don't believe that child is anywhere near 7 Mile and Bird at all. The question is, where could Naziah be? Where could Naziah be? Now, my problem is, I've got two problems here. One is the sister is either doing the right thing or deflecting her being involved in any kind of way. Maybe not her not knowing, but still knowing enough. Because once King got out of the interrogation, remember, the sister went to him. So she must have got a call on the 14th saying, hey, they just picked up King and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. They asking questions. So the word is going around about this baby. So what did the sister do? She didn't wait till the 20th, the 21st, 25th, 26th. She didn't call King. She may not even have King's phone number. She went to the shop, and she spoke to King. And she said, I don't know nothing about no little girl. What are they talking about? A little girl. So she already knew somewhat of what they're looking for. How would she know what they're looking for? Because she has seen the news, but she didn't put two together. Remember? But what made her go to King and ask King about Naziah? What made her go to King and ask King about Naziah? Something she said that his baby mama had said to her. Y'all, his baby mama could have said what? She's not talking about Shannon. His baby mama had to have said something to the sister to let her know what they're looking for. Because she says the only girl she know that's been to the house or been to the shop is been her niece. But how could you even ask that question if you hadn't talked to King, you hadn't talked to Shannon? So you had to go to a baby mama house that they have already raided, looking for this girl. And the word is out that King got picked up. So where would have got that information? Either Angel, and remember, the one girl, she seemed like, no, those wasn't the kind of glasses. So I don't think she told you. It would have to be Angel. Angel would have had to tell her they picked up King. It have to be Angel, you guys. Or the older child's mother. But the older child mother, it could be the older child mother or Angel. We ain't seen Angel. He lives with Angel. Isn't it weird how Angel wasn't part of the preliminary examination where he lived at? Isn't it weird? They're saving that. They're saving that. See, one thing that you guys didn't pay attention to that you should know, the preliminary is not where the defense brings in their witnesses. That's not what that's for. The preliminary is just to see if they got enough evidence to bring it to trial. That's all it's for. And some people are saying, well, SP, they're gonna bring it all when it comes. You're not telling me something I don't already know. It wasn't Shannon. I think it was Shannon because she know and been around her the most. No. Taj Monroe. No, it was not Shannon. You know why you can tell it wasn't Shannon? Because remember, she said she called Shannon and asked for the detective's phone number. See what I'm saying? She said she called Shannon and asked Shannon for the detective's phone number. Then Shannon called the detective and said, is it okay for me to give her your number? And Shannon Jones said, yes, sure, give her my number. And then she called Shannon Jones and they set up a time to go and conversate. She said, come down here tomorrow and talk to me. And she shows up the next day to talk to Shannon Jones. And she said, I think I was there. I'm not for sure. Well, what day was it? I don't know what day it was, but I believe I was there that day. Well, what makes you think, well, whoop de whoop de woo. She done already talked to King and she done already talked to a baby's mama. Yeah, I thought for one moment it was Shannon too, but she called Shannon after she said she talked to his baby mama. So it's not Shannon. Okay, so exempt Shannon. I guarantee it's not Shannon. With what all I know for a fact it's not. Okay, that's not why she called. I can tell you that without a doubt. Trust me on that one. Now, now Angel has a child by Jarvis too. The girl that he was living with, which I did not know. Angel has kids by Jarvis. But then he has another baby mama. The oldest child. Or she may not be the oldest, but she's one of the oldest. She could have a relationship with her. Okay? Yeah. So if you look at the timeline of when King got arrested on the 13th, on the 14th, she said on Valentine's Day, something happened. I don't know what happened on Valentine's Day, you guys. I couldn't even tell you. Wonder how old those kids are that's by Angel. Don't know. But he got kids by Angel. Oh, we can understand typos. We understand typos around here. So yeah, so she must have been talking to Angel, and Angel was like, because who else would have been able to tell the sister that King got picked up? The oldest baby mama wouldn't know that King got picked up. You see what I'm saying? But Angel would have known, not the oldest baby mama. She's not around King. So only people that is attached to King would know King got picked up. Because remember, before she called Shannon and then called Shannon Jones, remember she went up to the shop and talked to King. And she told King, this before she even talked to Shannon, she was like, she already know they looking for this little girl. Because she tells King, the only little girl I know is my nieces. Except for that one girl, that one day. And what did King say? That was Naziah. That's the little girl they looking for. Could you imagine what all the conversation was after that? King going, that was Naziah. You thinking they just looked at each other and go, oh, okay, that was Naziah. No, they had a full conversation. I can just imagine the sister saying, that was Naziah. That's Shannon's niece that's missing. And she was here that day. That's the day that. And King going, yep, that was Naziah. So they say. That's what they say. So it makes you wonder. They don't just stop talking and go, that's Naziah. Oh, okay, that's Naziah. Okay, goodbye. No, the conversation continues because after someone tells you that's the reason why you went there to see him, because that's the reason why she went to see what was going on. Okay. Now think about this. The 14th something happened. So the 15th to 16th or something, that's when she had to go see. She did not contact Shannon to get Shannon Jones' number until around about the 25th or 26th. That's 10 to 12 more days. Think. Somebody just tells you the little girl they've been looking for, you were here that day, she came up missing. And you like, dang, that was her that day? Yep, that was her. The conversation continues. What else did King say? What else did the sister say? King was messed with Shannon. What King get arrested for? Well, we don't know that. We don't know why King got arrested. We just know that, they I think that they're pushing a lot of pressure on King because King is trying not to tell, but he's dry telling. He's telling like they looking for Naziah. He knew Naziah was missing. He knew that was the last day. He knew it was Naziah. He didn't just come and say, hey, you guys, y'all look for Naziah and y'all look for this baby. And she was over here and she was over there. And we took her to Ypsilanti and we drank a little liquor and had some tacos or whatever. He ain't said nothing. You had to go and ask him after Jarvis made the phone call about the phone. If Jarvis wouldn't have never made that phone call about that phone, we would be nowhere. You guys wouldn't have known that she was at the shop. You wouldn't have known Jarvis actually picked her up. You wouldn't have known that. So King is backing away from Jarvis. Oh, yeah, I didn't hear no conversation. She said hi. She said hey. She didn't say nothing all the way down there. She didn't say nothing at the house. She didn't say nothing in the car. You got a young child with you, 12 or 13, that just not going to say a word. She don't say a word. She don't say she's going to use the bathroom. She don't say she's hungry. She don't say how her day was, but she just there. I don't believe that. There was fully conversation going on about whatever. It didn't have to be a sexual conversation, but it was a conversation. It could have been look at the trees and how beautiful it is after it rained, or the sun's coming down, or did y'all fix the car or something? But no conversation whatsoever. You know, it sounds to me like you can't bring up a conversation. You can't think fast about a conversation because was there a conversation? Like, was she going through something while she was on the ride or at the house? Well, you got the one lady in Ypsilanti, which is not her red Jag or her house, on the stand, that allegedly supposed to have went to the ATM to get rest of the money, but the very next day had to call King to cash out the rest of the money. That don't make sense. It does make sense when she's at the house probably not saying nothing, since she don't really know these people and these people don't know her, and she just alone with the ride or whatever. She could have stayed in the car. But with her saying it was light outside when they got there and it was light outside when they got back, that told me she really don't know. She really don't know. And why was the mother, the one that owns the red Jag, not on the stand? So I don't think we're going to be surprised to see the mother that owns the red Jag on the stand. October comes really fast, y'all. It's going to come really, really fast. Y'all thinking October's a long way. Shoot, we already into June. July is just right down the street. Then you got August, September, October. Boom, boom, boom. You know? And they better get it together, because they done dropped the ball so much on this baby's case. It's not even funny. One of Shannon's youngest kids, allegedly King's, denied all them kids to Shannon, not his. DNA taken of all kids of Shannon King on a tag Shannon unalive Naziah jealousy over but Roxy no more. Roxy no more Jay. Mushy, I don't know what you're talking about. All right, Lisa Calhoun. One of Shannon's youngest kids allegedly King. I don't know, Mushy. JB Jarvis. Deny all them kids to Shannon. They not his. DNA taken of all kids. Yeah, the DNA is taken of all kids. King on a tag, on a tether. Shannon unalive. Naziah. Jealousy over butts. You know, Kenya says not true. Kenya's in the building, you guys. She say it's not true. Kenya, what's not true? Oh my goodness. What's not true? Hold on. What's not true, Kenya? I ain't even got my phone charged. Let me put it on just in case. I know y'all probably said, why you didn't have it? Shh. It'll take 5 minutes. Roxy comment. The comment says, Roxy, no more. Roxy, how can Roxy no more? Roxy wasn't there. So, Mushy said, Roxy no more. She know, how would Roxy know more? I don't know. I'm gonna see. It got 6% that quick. I just put it on there, and I can. Well, I don't think Roxy could know more. I think maybe I don't think she's saying it like that. I don't think she's saying Roxy no more like she no more. I think she's saying, I don't know. I don't know what she's saying. I have no clue. Okay, I got my phone on. I don't think Roxy could no more. I mean, because Roxy wasn't there. See, I don't think Roxy could no more because Roxy wasn't there. It's like I could know more. I wasn't there. You could know more. You wasn't there. We can only go by what the people are saying. And not saying that we have to believe everything what they're saying, but I mean, I just have a problem with, and it never probably would come out, like when the sister parked directly in front of the shop and in front of Jarvis's car. I guess somebody did call and I missed it. Oh, okay. And she could be telling the whole truth, but it dawned on me more than once, but I keep coming back to that going, okay, so you parked your car where no other car could come in, but you didn't want him to fix your car. You want him to look at your car. And then another car came. Just my opinion, Roxy and Shannon is close. And I, too, believe Roxy does know more than what she is putting out in my eyes. The whole family is guilty in some way, my opinion. Oh, where is this coming from? Taj, I don't know why I'm calling you Tajay, and I know that's not. It is Taj Monroe. Why do y'all think Roxy? What the heck is going on with Roxy? What did Roxy do? Y'all think Roxy is friends with Shannon? Get out of here. Roxy and Shannon are cousins. Are y'all mad because they like each other? No, they are not. What is it, Kenya? See, I just tell people what I see. And sometimes it gets them mad a little bit. But I don't see Roxy can know more. How can she know more? How? Okay, the ones in the chat that think Roxy know more, tell me, how can Roxy know more? And you can call, there's a number right there. Sanjay put it in the chat. She did. She put it in the chat. You ain't got to type it out. They not tight cousins. Can you say they not tight? They not tight like that. See, sometimes people get mad at me, but I say there's no way Roxy can know more. Ain't Roxy's wife a cop at DPD? Well, I had heard she was. The real Karen says, I don't think she knows more, but that's just me. You have to pay attention to Roxy videos that she puts out. She's telling what happened. Go watch her videos. What Roxy King say no more? If she know more, I don't think she would have made the video that she made. Well, what is it? What can Roxy say that how she gonna know more? The police don't even know more. So Mushy says, why Roxy make video sing about Shannon and them all going to jail? SB, them still not showing Naziah they care on alive her. She said, why you asking? Well, it's probably not a big secret now, Kenya. It's probably not even a big secret if her wife is police or not. I'm pretty sure everybody knows she is. But because she is, she said, listen to her words. Everything I seen Roxy put out is pretty much just public knowledge. Well, we all want them to go to jail. Well, all of them not going to jail, real Karen. All of them's not going to jail. She said, right, but okay. Y'all don't know, but just because somebody works for the police department doesn't mean they got a lot more information. If Roxy had information, well, there was a ton of people that supports Roxy, and she was out there looking for Naziah. We also have heard Kim say that more people that knows Jarvis will be connected, so maybe she thinks it's Shannon. So tell me this, you guys. So if first of all, it's hard for me to ask you a question because I don't believe Roxy knows more just because she's in a relationship, or not relationship, but she's married to somebody that works for the police department. So sometimes, and that might be more than true than anything else, that she works there or whatever, but that doesn't mean they going to know. They actually don't let that person get close to the case. You know what I'm saying? She said, we want Shannon in jail. Shannon ain't going to jail. Shannon ain't going to jail. I could see King not telling the truth. I think King will tell. I think King will tell what he knows. King knows more. King knows that that baby was not alive when they came back. Now, I'm not saying that Jarvis's sister lied about all of that. I'm just saying it's just weird. It's peculiar. But I do believe that they were on their way to Islay, and the little girl probably was with them. I don't know. But I don't believe she made it back. That's why, some people was like, thinking that she was at the Park Crest Inn. And I'm like, they don't have pictures of that. They have pictures of him. They don't have pictures of her. Or maybe they do have pictures of her. We haven't seen that they have anything of that. I'm not saying that they don't. I'm just saying we haven't seen it yet. So the real Karen says, right, I don't think Roxy knows more. Like, how did that come about? Just asking. I don't know. If Shannon ain't going nowhere else, is then Shannon needs to be in jail. She's a SO. I do believe that they're working on King because King is now in jail. And King is probably making a deal. King is probably making a deal. You guys? Some people was thinking King went to jail on a probation violation. No, King didn't go to jail on a probation violation. IAG. I don't know what that means, Kenya. I don't know what that means. So anyway, where could Naziah be? Oh, I agree. Oh, okay. I don't believe, well, first of all, I don't believe Roxy knows more. Okay, got you. I don't believe Roxy knows more because Roxy wasn't there. And Roxy could be in a relationship with someone that works for the police department. But she don't know more. They have to be very careful of what they say around Roxy's girlfriend or wife. See, we want them to go to jail, But don't y'all want the right person to go to jail?
We want them to go to jail.
Why would you just want someone because they're kin to Naziah if they didn't see it happen? You know? Get the heck out of here. They're giving me community leadership things, and they're saying Tita Powers is number one, Sanja Watts is number two, and Lisa Calhoun is number three in leadership. Well, wow. I guess they're showing who does as far as the thing. They're showing that. Do y'all see that? That's crazy. I'm just now seeing it. I didn't do it. Anyway, I guess AI did it. I guess who shows up or who be's on or whatever, they're showing that. That's in the chat. I just want you guys to know I have nothing. It's just showing me that. We see the crowns and the numbers. Yeah. I don't have a clue what that pertains to. I just clicked on it and it says community leadership. And it says Tina Powers, Sanja Watts, and Lisa Calhoun. Then it says Lisa Taylor, and then Zena Torbert, and then Miss Quiche, Greenie, Sugar Mama, Woke the God. Oh, it's showing everybody that's in the chat, but yeah, it shows everybody that's in the chat. Wow, that's crazy. When she said, I think it's for your mods. No, it's not really for the mods. It's not just for the mods. It showed me more than that. Because when I clicked on Tina Powers, it shows me Lisa Taylor's a mod. Then it's got Zena Tobert. Zena Tobert is not a mod. She's number 5. Then Quiche, she's number 6. And then Renee, she's 7. Sugar Mama's number 8. Walk the God's number 9. YEA Speaks, number 10. Mushy's number 11. Taj Monroe is number 12. Freddie's number 13. I think it's how you supporting the channel, like the time that you be in and things of that nature. It shows who has the most interaction per live. Yeah, exactly. Okay. King ankle bracelet was off. Hold on. Jai says King's ankle bracelet was off and he was dang near off probation. I think King is an informant. It shows who has the most interaction per live. Yeah. I want Annette and Shannon in jail. And if y'all not saying they will go down for the M, but they need to be behind bars for many reasons. Y'all not saying they will go down. Well, here's the thing. We may want them. The real Karen is in the building. We may want them to go to jail because if it wasn't for them, Naziah would be here. Like they were basically teaching her. She says, oh, okay, I see. I'm number 16. You number 16. No, you number 15. The real Karen, you number 15. That's crazy. But I ain't gonna be texting all the time. Oh, well. No, I know that. Woke the God says exactly. It shows that King successfully completed his ankle bracelet. That's what they say. But he wasn't off his ankle bracelet until March. And he got off. Her number is number 15, the real Karen. I said, if you know, you know. Oh, if you know, you know. And I said, not saying they will get charged for him. Oh, if you know. And you know what? The real Karen, I've heard Roxy say that. If you know, you know. Now, people were saying, because Roxy was saying that the kids was taken. That wasn't a big secret. That wasn't like she knows something that everybody else didn't know. I mean, she let it be, she was out there. She was happy to hear the kids being taken, which is good. But I mean, that's not like inside information. I mean, they have to reach out to family members, and when they reach out to family members saying, hey, we have these kids, we got 5 kids here, da 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 da. Those were Shannon kids. I don't know about Annette kids, because Annette got some kids too. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. She said, I'm not saying I don't see 15 by her name. It's not showing up on my screen. Oh, okay. That doesn't make sense to me that he would go back behind something he already did and was talking to PD before and after his rearrest. Crystal says, I think she was dumped somewhere in Ypsilanti. I do too, Crystal. I don't think she made it back. And that implies that King, we can't go by what King say. King was like, oh, there was no conversation. Oh, she didn't say nothing. I had music. I got sounds. Dude, you sound weird. You got a whole child in a vehicle. In your car. In your car. I wonder, did they take his car and see, was she in his car? Because her DNA has to be in his car if she rode back in his car. Now, one lie that he tells on the stand will get him in trouble, because y'all talking about the car, the girl at Ypsilanti said the truck. Y'all talking about, oh, the red Jag arrived at 9. She say they had it towed there 2-3 days prior. They're not making any sense. This story's not even making sense. Hey, Freddie, how you doing? I see you in the building. What's up, sister? It makes no sense. So when people lie, it makes you wonder, what are they lying about? It makes them wonder, what are they lying about? I'm being honest, you guys. What are they lying about? Why would you have to lie? I'm in this situation at work, and this girl, she told me, basically, I'm her boss, and she told me You need to mind your business. Well, my business is actually, when you're here, my business is your business. I need to know what you're doing, when you're doing it, why you're not here, why you just, why. That is my business. She said, I want to see the tow receipt so bad and the auto shop receipts. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Y'all need to see the things that don't make sense. Who towed your car? And why is he saying it arrived that day when you said, oh, it was on the 3rd or the 4th? But you don't know it wasn't that day that it arrived. So when did they come and get your car, and why did it not arrive until the 9th? And then, I've got some people say, well, it was put somewhere else. It was stored somewhere else. Stored? People just don't store people's vehicle in Detroit for no reason whatsoever. That's room. That's storage. That's money. People ain't got places to put people's car and be responsible for people's car. Annette was too comfortable to go to sleep knowing her grandbaby is out in the cold, and Shannon, as an aunt, didn't give any. She was very jealous. I don't know. Y'all keep thinking Shannon's very jealous. He called Shannon at 10:53. He called Shannon. If he's with Naziah, why would he call Shannon? That tells me he wasn't with Naziah. And Shannon didn't answer the phone. If Shannon thought he was with her, why Shannon didn't answer the phone? You know? Why Shannon didn't answer the phone? On January the 9th, he called Shannon at 10:53. Right before he got the room. Why Shannon did not answer the phone? Because he was telling Shannon that he's outside. Okay, team. You ram shy. No, his phone pinged at the Park Crest Inn at 10:53 before he went and signed in. So he couldn't have been getting ready to tell her he was outside, because he wasn't outside. He was at the Park Crest Inn. His phone pinged at the Park Crest Inn at 10:53. Now that does give me a question about why he would be calling Shannon if he's with Naziah. Yeah, Shannon did text him, still no tutor. SP, if they cared and he cared, why didn't they all get up and go search? Because they didn't care. You're one to give them some humanization. Yes, if someone cared, that's what they do. They normally get up when they care. And see, when they don't do that, that tells you that they don't care. They did not care. They were like, Oh, she with an older guy. She getting her boots waxed or whatever. You know? And Shannon probably already felt that she was with Jarvis. So I believe Jarvis called Shannon back to kind of confirm, shoot, I'm calling you back because no, I'm not with her. But Shannon didn't answer the phone. He was trying to let her know the job was done, but she ignored it on purpose, if you ask me. I can understand that. I would love to see Shannon's phone into. Yeah. If Shannon was concerned about Naziah, she would have answered every call that came her way. Her not answering let me know she knew about everything. Okay. You're right. That could be true. We gotta wait for Shannon's location and text because I'm sure the courts have them. They didn't look for her because she wasn't missing to them. Okay. Remember, they skipped the whole month of December and went straight to January the 9th. With that being said, I think there is more evidence through text and more. You know what, though? With Shannon not answering that phone that night, tells me they knew, and it wasn't that they didn't care. They were making sure that they had no, it's just like somebody getting ready to go do something. And you be like, you better not go do such, and then they want to call you. You be like, shoot, I ain't answering that phone. Don't get me involved. If he said he gonna do this, he gonna do that. She went to school, got off the bus, she didn't come home. Annette wasn't home, so when Annette finally got home, it doesn't even make sense. Annette said that the kids say she wasn't at home. Well, that doesn't even make sense. It's more evidence, exactly, and it will be more arrests coming. Exactly. You think it's going to be more arrests? I think some people's going to get in trouble, but they just want the testimony. I don't think they believe King. But that sister knows something, because when and it may be what we think it is, and it may not be what we think it is, but I believe when that sister said, if you want me to tell you, I will tell you, then they was like, hold up, wait a minute. They went all in the back. 5 minutes later, they come back. Okay, well, you can tell us. She said, what is hip hop keep saying? My phone keep making me think I'm getting messages. I'm so sorry. That's people texting me at the time, telling me stuff, because they could talk to me on the side. That's why sometimes I turn it off, because it'll just ring, 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 ring. Let me turn it down, and maybe it won't say so much. I don't know. Shannon, and see now my other phone doing it. Shannon thought because she changed her phone number that they didn't get them records on. They have them. No, I think there was another way that Shannon was communicating with Jarvis. Another phone. I think she called him on another phone, and they don't know it's her phone. In previous cases, the child was gone long before they were reported. Could this be the case here? Yeah. Yeah. Giving them time enough to move things around and move stuff around. Right. They thought just because they deleted everything, they were good. Even Jarvis said, yeah, y'all can check my phone. Everything is there, or some like that. Yeah, but let me tell you something. People that do stuff, they're not dumb to the technology that's out there. They're not dumb. He would have to get his phone, Shannon's phone, and the school tablet for him to be safe. It's like, I can be safe with you because I've never called you. And if I've called you on other phones other than my personal phone, so they wouldn't have no record of my phone number. So he already knew that as far as a relationship with Naziah, they were going, that's a given. You can't say you didn't have a relationship with this girl. It's just a given. Sex, you can't say that, because some little girl said more than once she has caught y'all doing the nasty. More than once. So you're going to get proven guilty on that alone. Team Uramshia, I don't know who that's but team says Jarvis wasn't at all those places that night. Somebody else had his phone. Jarvis ain't got enough money or gas to make all those moves. What do you mean? What do you mean Jarvis ain't got that kind of money? He driving an Escalade. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. Broke people don't drive Escalades. And it wasn't an old Escalade either. He's living at a girl's house. So he's not paying all the bills. He might be giving her some money. His money is under the table. He acting like he big Bob, the rent's not in his name. The electric's not in his name. Cars is not in his name. But shoot, he's not driving just a Toyota. So I'm going to tell you something, you guys. And you guys can believe it or not believe it. But one thing is, women do look at a man's car. And when he's driving a nice looking vehicle, you can get women. Especially young ladies with fantasies of riding in a nice car. That is a nice car. And when you driving cars like that, you're making money that Uncle Sam don't know nothing about. Shoot. You're making a car payment and insurance, whatever. That's a $600, $700, $800 payment. $200 on insurance a month. If he wasn't doing nothing but paying on the car and watching the kids at home, see, and she might get mad. You got money. She couldn't tell how much money he make, because when he make money, she would know. Angel would know. Now, I did come across Shannon made a post one time, and she was directing it towards Angel. And you guys, this is how, I can't remember it word for word, but she put on the post, if a man tells you the truth and tells the other woman not the truth, is that your man? So I think what Shannon, and she said something to Angel. She's like something about Angel, like, Angel, why you looking at my page? So Shannon knew about the women that Jarvis had and did and whatever. Some women be like, I don't, he his own person. I don't care. When we hook up, we hook up. We have a good time. Whatever. Woo. He got a woman at home. We used to be together. We still see each other, but we just do what we do, And at the whole time, she's in love with him, but she knows she can't have him to herself because he's just not, he's not that type of man. It takes more women. Oh, Angel, laughing out loud. She loved her some Jarvis. I found her Twitter. Oh, did you? Yeah. She loved her some Angel. I mean, Jarvis. Well, she didn't care what she didn't care what he did. They lived together. And she worked really hard. And she done got to a point where he gonna do what he gonna do. She can't stop him from doing what he gonna do. He gonna do what he gonna do. He was bringing women by the house. He didn't let them come in, but he had them out there in the car, and he'd be like, well, that's one of my customers. And da-da-da-da-da. That's one of my customers. You tripping. I'm making money. The real Karen says, I wonder if Angel will ever speak out. She's been around with Jarvis for years. Exactly. She's going to have to speak out. They're going to have her on the stand. Got to remember, they went into her house and they took out guns. They took out knives. They took out stuff like that. You can't just go in somebody's house taking stuff out and then not have them being a witness of why you came in, how long of a relationship y'all been. We're going to have to know. We're going to have to know. Team says, I think Shannon had Jarvis's phone and car making all those pings. Jarvis had one of his dumb girlfriend's car with Naziah. I believe that. I believe that could be true. But when he told the one girl to clean the car down and everything, I think that's the car that Naziah was in. Now, I don't think she was deceased at that time, but she likely was sick in that vehicle. But do you guys think she made it back from Ypsilanti? Do you think that? Ypsilanti. See, when 2, no. 2 means no, 1 means yes, right? The question was, do you guys think she made it back from Ypsilanti? No, I don't think so. I think when they took that ride out there and they got Jarvis's, I guess they got a video of Jarvis stopping to get gas. And I don't know what car they was in, but they said Jarvis stopped somewhere to get gas. And I'm like, Jarvis stopped somewhere to get gas. Well, what vehicle was he in? Because in Ypsilanti, remember they drove the Jag there, and in King drove the 300 back. See, I think she made it back from the hotel. Then after he dropped her home, that's when she was unalive. Okay, because King's family is lying. King's family. Y'all, I can't wait until October. And October comes, then those of you that believe she was okay when she was in Detroit area, y'all gonna, I just don't believe, I don't even think she was okay at the shop. I think at the shop is when everything got crazy, and then they took her across town. And then was like, yeah, and we seen the little girl. I don't think you seen no little girl. If you seen the little girl, you seen a whole different child. You didn't see Naziah. I don't think you seen Naziah. I just don't. I think, and I hate that they don't have her body, you guys. I hate it with a passion. Not only just to give her a burial or memorial or something. I hate they don't have her body, because if they did, they would have the time. If they had the time, then the people that are lying, the people that are lying about the whole thing, they can get some time. Yeah, that's why I want the body. I can care less putting her in the ground. I can care less putting some balloons in the air. I want the time, because I believe that people are lying, and yeah, they know more. I think they know more. I think that this girl was in trouble the minute she got off that bus. I believe she was in trouble. I do. And the sad thing about the whole situation is, she was so in love with Jarvis. One thing that a young man was in here, his name is Wayman. He said to me, and it keeps going in my mind, he keeps saying, SP, Jarvis was in love with Naziah. And I was like, dude, you tripping. And he was like, no. That's a man's point of view. And sometimes we can't think like a man's point of view. Yeah, he was big man popping. Jarvis was big man popping. His little twos and few dollars look good to somebody like Naziah. He got a nice looking car. He can get her a phone. If she deceased, do you think it's from poison or blunt force trauma? If she is deceased, I think it's from poison. I don't think it's from no blunt force trauma. Nope, not at all. That's too traumatic. Let me tell you something. That's if she died of some blunt force trauma, it would have to be a woman that done it. You know what I'm saying? This is a man that got kids, got a whole bunch of kids, and got girls. You know what I'm saying? I can't see him hitting her in the head with a hammer or sticking her with a knife or something. I can't see that. You know? No, I think Jarvis did. I think Jarvis did care for her. She kept his attention. She kept his attention. He looked at, it boosted his whole morale. Here's this young girl talking about, I got to see you with other women and but you can do what you want to do, but you don't want me with nobody else, but you want to be number one. And then he acting like he all this, all that. Oh, he had feelings for her. I don't think he was like deeply in love. Well, I can't see a father molesting his own daughter, so yes, he would kill her. Molestation and killing somebody is two different ball games. Her blood was in that car. I don't know. So it had to be somewhat violent. I haven't seen there was blood in the car. They didn't say there was DNA of blood in the car. Unless she had the baby once she passed. Can't have no baby once a person passed. No, Freddie, I don't think that's the first three. I think the king symbol is the three that's interact, because the first three I mentioned was Lisa Taylor, see, Sanja now is number 3, and Zena's number 2, and Tina's number 1. And see, I think it just goes by the interaction. Because Sanja was number 2 at one time, I think. And Lisa Taylor was. So it's just going by the interaction, like everybody was saying. All right. I think that's what we're going to do also. We're going to keep that. We're going to keep that. So you guys want to do that also? The first 3 that comes in here, and then when we end the chat, that the 3 that has the most interaction will get a ticket also. So see, the number 3 went to Rennie, 13 now. And Zena's number 2, and Tina Powers is number 1. See, when you refresh. So that's what we'll do. Okay. She said, I don't know if that's correct, SP. Yes. That's the thing. If it's showing me how the interaction, and I don't know, but that'd just give people more chances. And see, it definitely just not Moss, because Rennie B13 is number 3 now. And Zena is number 2. Zena is number 2. That's what I see. But it's weird because I'm looking to see if Rennie said 1. I don't know. 2 comments. Wow. I see the real Karen has more comments than Rennie, and Team has more comments, but I don't know. I don't know. She said, this is my first time seeing this. I feel like she was told to walk that way so she would be seen on camera and it would look like she was kidnapped. Hmm. She said, I left way more than 2 comments. Yeah, you did. I was just going back over just the recent ones. It only goes back so much. That's what I'm saying. I think it has to do with the interaction. Like Zan was saying, the interaction, like with people and stuff, like maybe how many letters you wrote, maybe it could be maybe how many letters, how many words or whatever. But it is leadership information. And it says community right there. It says community. It says Tina Powers is number 1, and then Zena's number 2, and Rennie's number 3. Now Sanja Watts is number 4, Lisa Calhoun number 5, and then Karen went to number 6. So, see what I'm saying? Community leadership. So I think that's what it is. But I like it. I mean, I don't know if you guys like it, but I like it. Why are y'all getting mad and upset? Why? It could be why are y'all getting mad and upset? I don't think nobody's getting mad. Freddie said, I changed the AT. Sonia said, go leadership. Yes. I have no control over it. None whatsoever, you guys. It does what it do. I don't think nobody's mad. I think, Tina, you just number 1. And Tina's like, why y'all getting mad? Because I'm number 1. I think she just throwing something in there. She want to stay number 1. She like, shoot. I'm number 6 now. It says try to be in the top 3. If you don't make top 3, you get to try again on the next live to be in the top 3. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So, hey, it didn't stay that way. It did at the beginning, and then it just changed up. And you refresh it, and then the last 3 will be the top 3. It's cool. Actually, I like it. Oh, I like it too. It let me know who's interacting, Zena said, I'm coming for you, Tina. Yes. It helps the interaction, it helps the interaction. So, Tina says, I believe when Jarvis was getting gas, that's when it all was coming together. Yeah. Yeah, because when they said something about the gas to King, King was like, they was like, y'all had to stop and get gas. And King was like, no, we didn't stop to get no gas. And they was like, yeah, you did. And he was like, no, I don't remember that. I was like, whatever. He said, I believe, okay. So Team says, do you think Jarvis did his own or under Shannon's instruction? Did Jarvis do it on his own or under Shannon's instruction? With Shannon not answering that phone, I think Shannon knew. With Shannon and Annette not going to go look for Naziah. I think they knew. I think they knew. Who knows? I think that Shannon and Annette knew that Jarvis was picking up Naziah that day, and that was the day that they were going to try to. I think they knew that Naziah was pregnant, and they had to get the baby, try to make her lose the baby some kind of way. I think they knew. And I think when she drunk whatever she drunk, when they went and got some alcohol, she thought she was just drinking alcohol, and she drunk something else, and it just made her sick, just sicker than in her stomach. And so sick that, if they take her to the hospital, she was going to die. They didn't take her to the hospital, then she died, Zena says, I think she did make it home, and all H broke loose, and he helped. I think Shannon typed that abortion info on Jarvis's phone. I don't think Jarvis would let anybody mess with his phone, because he already know Shannon would be, like going over women's house. He wouldn't even let his fiance look at his phone. And I think when he like changing up cars and stuff, I think it had already happened, you guys. That's when the changing up the cars. Why would you come back and the first thing you do is change up a car? You change up the car because you don't want somebody to know that you're at the hotel, right? You change up the car because you don't want to be tracked in your vehicle, right? That means it's already done. That's why I say Ypsilanti is more probable that she's there. I mean, the baby mama didn't see nobody, but her glasses was in the car. Her glasses was in that blue car. So she had to be in the blue car. And so Jarvis's sister could be telling us the truth. But for her to say that she did not know that that was Naziah, I don't know. I don't know if I mean, because Naziah's cousin would always be at the shop, and they said when she was at the shop, Naziah was with her all the time. So that's the only time you always see Naziah's your nieces. You never see Naziah with your niece. So the niece was coming up there to the shop by herself. She said she always, when she went to the shop, she seen the nieces up there, but she never seen another child up there. But Naziah and her hanged out all the time. Naziah was the one that said she really didn't want her to come. All right, you guys, we're going to get off of here. We got 6 minutes. If you guys want to go ahead and get your texts in before I put up the community. Sanja done hit #1. Looky there. Sanja #1. Tina Powers #2. Zena Turber's #3. Looky there, looky there, looky there. You guys, we got 6 minutes. Go ahead and get your texts in. We're getting off of here. We'll be on here in a whole 2 hours. So whoever is first, second, and third, that's who we're going to put down and give free tickets to. First, second, and third. So I always let you guys know 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes. We got 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Yeah, it changed up real quick. Looky there. Yep, if you push the button. I appreciate every last one of you guys. I don't know how you got number one, girl. I do not know. They took Tina Paris. Well, Tina Paris is number 3. We got Lisa Calhoun. We got Sandra Watts. Sandra Watts first. Lisa Calhoun second. And Tina Paris number 3. Everyone have a blessed rest of your day. Thank you. She said, I appreciate us all too. See, I think it has to do with everything all together. You know what I'm saying? Like, tickets for what? It's laughing out loud. See, we have tickets too. We got a Christmas in July giveaway in July, the end of July. And it's nothing but money. We give away a lot of money. And you get tickets, get your name in there. Once your name is in there, we just pull your name out. And we pull about 20 to 30 tickets. And some of them's hundreds, some of them 50, some of them 25, some of them $5. And we go until all the money is gone. And we keep going until all the money is gone. Some tickets, you may win $100. You may win $50, $75. You may win $25, but we do it every year, the end of July. So if you get these free tickets, or you can buy a ticket, you can do a super chat. Super chats go in there. You get free tickets. If you do a super chat, we used to do Cash App. We don't do Cash App anymore. We'll pay you in Cash App, but we don't do Cash App anymore. Like Lisa Taylor just got through buying a super chat for $10. So even when you buy a super chat, you get an extra ticket. We was giving the extra tickets on the Cash App, but now we're going to give the extra tickets on the super chat. So Lisa Taylor got a $10 super chat. Thank you for the super chat. And you get a dance. You get a free ticket. You get an extra ticket on a super chat. And you get a dance. So let's do that. You got 3 more minutes, you guys. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will definitely let you know. Let me put this in there. We got 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Let me put Lisa Taylor's name down on here. She do the super chat. Lisa Taylor. So yeah, we're going to give the free tickets on the super chat. And I will let everybody know who gets a ticket on these 3 community boards before in our last minute, our last 30 seconds. I see, let me write this down. I see Tina Powers in the building. Tina Powers in the building. She went back to number 1. Tina P. And we got Sanjay Watts in the building. And we got Lisa Calhoun. All right, you guys. Those are the 3. That's on the board. Leisure. Okay, Leisure. Let me give you a super chat dance. And we're out of here, you guys.
We are out.